Welcome to the stage of history. I am your illustrious host, Kevin Uncanny Anytime. Welcome to the stage of history, y'all. It is Mindset Matters Monday, ladies and gentlemen, and it is going all the way up today. I had a very interesting beacon to my day, right? Today is July 4th, right? So it is Independence Day. A lot of people are off, a lot of things going on. Well, there was an interesting dynamic that happened to me earlier, and I had the opportunity to snatch some information out of the quantum field, right? And here's what it was. It came from children, of course. It always comes from children. No, not always, but it came from children today. And it was very, very key key to my journey and your journey as well. And this is what I'm going to help you to understand today, which is what I got to literally witness, break down, and analyze, and then meditate on that information, because I was like, wait a minute, what did I just do here? So there's two kids. They see me out there playing, I'm practicing, right? Normally kids just leave people alone, but I decide, first of all, LA Fitness is closed, right? It's a holiday, places are closed. I'm like, I'm hooping outside. Yep, nothing's stopping me here. Going outside, find the outside court, which thankfully there's one literally right down the street from my house. Chain nets, triple rims, up in the difficulty, right? Also, the concrete for my legs up in the difficulty, right? The concrete is totally different from being inside the gym, where the wood has give in it, so when you actually step on it kind of bends a little bit downward. The concrete does not do that, so it is very crushing on your legs. Okay, you got to have legs of steel to be out there playing on concrete all the time. But anyway, don't want to go too far into rambling here. The topic I have for you today, based off of what happened, I'm going to go into the story and give you the whole rundown, is hope. Hope, ladies and gentlemen. Hope is a skill. Hope is not a strategy, it's a skill that you can build. And nobody knows about it. Nobody's talking about this the way that I'm about to present this to you. Okay? Because I saw there was a reflection of the children in myself, and then myself and the children. And then there was this weird quantum time bending moment that I had while I was playing with the kids. And I wanted to see what was going to happen if I allowed this energy to flourish. And because I allowed the energy to flourish, I got to see it in action. And I said, oh, that's it. That's it right there. Now I know it's true. So anyway, we playing. They come up to me. They like, okay, you a big kid. They probably was like, I would say like 6 and 9, or 6 and maybe, nah, dude, the older one was probably like 12 or something like that. But they're like, yep, let's play against this dude. I'm like, okay, cool. They like, us two against you. I'm like, of course, right? I'm ready for that type of a challenge. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna give me now, I was gonna do some strength training. I'm like, no, this is gonna be well worth the workout here, okay? And I got some footage, so I might play that at the end, chop it up, and then let you see what actually happened. Because I was so proud, man. They're not even my kids. I don't know who they are. I just told them that was what's up. It was a great game. It's a great game. So. First game, I'm just trying to test to see where they are, because what did I tell y'all I love doing? Immediately I meet these kids, I'm like, I'm going into teacher mode automatically, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna first see where they're at. So I'm just kind of playing around, just shooting around and stuff like that. We played the first game, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give them a little bit, I'm gonna see what they got, and then I'm going to allow them to flourish. I'm going to allow them to really showcase their skills, right? I'm not holding them like a dead serious game or nothing like that, because that would be crazy. I would be destroying those kids, right? That wouldn't be fun either. I wanted them to have fun. That's a whole nother story. But look, so they win the first game. They were like, "You want to play again?" I'm like, "Of course," because I'm always a best out of three type of dude anyway. So I'm like, "Yeah, let's play again." So when we play again, I turn it up. I turn it up. I hit like five straight. We were only going to seven. I'm like, "Hey y'all, I was Curry before Curry, right?" I hit like five straight jumpers. And mind you, this is not even easy. I tuned in real quick just to see one if I could tune in like that, right? I'm playing against two kids, it's fine. I'm just like, let me tune in real quick, see if I can make as many straight as I can. I was gonna try and make all seven and just blow them out, right? But I'm like, no, let's not do that, right? Um, Actually, I wasn't like, no, let's not do that. I'd missed, and so I had to had to go about the process, right? But look, here's what's going on in that process, right? Because they won the first game, they're feeling really good. They're like, let's play again. This is where I allow a little bit of the ego for them to be like, yes, we're great, we did a good job. This dude isn't really that good. But then all of a sudden, there's a shift in energy completely. They're like, where did this dude come from? I love doing that, first of all. I love doing that. I don't know what it is, but I love doing that. I love just all of a sudden exploding into a different character and people being like, where was that energy at just now? Like, how did you, what? You've been reserving this whole time, and all of a sudden you're just exploding into like this new character. I don't know what that is, but I freaking love it. Okay. So I'm not going to ever stop doing that because I do it automatically now. I do it just haphazardly sometimes because I want to really, it's about me feeling the field, right? I want to see what somebody is on first. I'm an observer before anything. Okay. That's how I do my scientific process. I'm like, I'm not going to give you all I got right away. I want to see where we're at. So I'm going to match your level. Right. So I just matched their level in the first game. They won. It's cool. I don't care. It's about the learning. It's about the experiment. It's about the process. I'm so enthralled with it. Right. So two kids, I don't even know who they are, but I'm like, okay. So yeah, the next game, hit five straight. Boom, 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 boom. They're like, what is going on? He's like, hold this dude, man. He's talking to his friend. It's so funny. I'm like, okay. So now that I've given them a glimpse of my potential, right? Now it's like, oh man, this dude is way better. He's way better than what we thought he was, right? So now I'm knowing I'm incepting that idea into their brain. And in that process, I win. I win the second game because I know I could have won all three games, right? Could have won all three games, but I'm like, this is my experiment. This is my social experiment of analyzing life and analyzing human beings and how we grow and the challenge and the triumph over the difficulty and all of that stuff. So look, so check this out. I am like, okay. So the third game, I'm like, yep, it's gonna be difficult. I'm gonna make it difficult. I want to see where they're at stamina wise. I want to see how they're feeling. Everybody's off. I'm off. I'm totally off too because I'm a little tired. But was I giving it everything I got? No, because I wanted to make the game close, right? So the game's not getting close. So I start pulling away. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just start scoring then, and I'm gonna see if they're gonna be demoralized or or if they're going to pull something out. Is it possible for them to see, okay, this dude is winning, but is it possible for them to be like, we can still win this? And even one of the brothers, he's like, I don't know if they were brothers or not, but he's like, come on, we still got this. They were down like 4-1 or something like that. We were only going to 7. They were down like 4-1. I'm like, this is good. And because he said that, it made me want them to win. Do you understand that? It made me want to give them kids hope, right? And in the process of me giving them hope, they're training themselves to know that hope is possible. So if I would have just totally destroyed them, in a kid state, okay, maybe adult state, I would have treated this situation totally different if they were adults. But because they were children, this is an opportunity to build a mechanism inside of them. They will be thinking about this story in their life. They remember that time we went to the park and we saw that one dude. That is what I'm talking about. I have stories like that where I'm like, man, there was this one dude and that at this park we used to go to, and this, that, and the other, and that creates something inside of you. And we all have some stories like that. Man, I remember this one time where this, that, and the other happened. It seemed insurmountable, but I came out on top. Right? We all have those stories, and that is when hope is your strength. That is when you are like, I believe. I think I can do it. That's hope, y'all. Okay? Because you really don't know. And based off of what I showed them, they're probably like, this may not happen, but we can do it. Right? We're having a great time. Okay? So then what happens is the game gets tied up. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I'm like, let me see where y'all at. So I'm kind of hold defense, right? And then the one kid, I can see it in him. I can see it. It was a shift. It was a shift. He was like, nope, I want to win. And there's an unspoken connection in basketball that you can you can speak through it. People become friends through it. People don't even know people's names, and they come to the park all the time and they play basketball, and they just be like, all right, y'all, that's it. The camaraderie, the energy that is transferred in a basketball game cannot be fully explained. I'm telling you, until you actually play it, you will not get it. I was watching this TikTok. It's so funny. This chick on there, she like, wait. So talking to her husband, she like, so you go to the basketball court and you mean to tell me y'all do pickup games and y'all just pick people up, and then you mean to tell me when people lose, they actually just get off, and you guys have like this understanding of all of this stuff? She was baffled. She was like, what? How? You don't even know the people there and y'all select teams? Y'all just organize everything? What is going on here? And so that's just one of the unspoken things about basketball. It's like, yo, we want to get it in. The love of the game is bigger than anything else. Right? And so that's where love transcends, biggery, or sometimes there's some fighting and stuff like that. Let's not get crazy, but it usually is a pretty well organized function, right? But here's what goes down, okay, at the park. So I see it in this kid's eyes. He's like, I want this. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get close to him, but I'm not gonna put my hands up. I just want to see if he's going to do it. So boom, he makes the first shot. I'm like, okay. So I give him the ball back. I'm like, all right. And we have this thing where it's called you make it, you take it. So if you make it, you get to get the ball again, instead of us, taking turns where you shoot, make it, then now it's my turn. That's usually how a basketball game goes. But in street pickup games, we got to make it, take it, right? So you make it, you take it. Okay. And what happens is the boy hits the second shot ready. And I'm like, oh, yes. I'm like, okay, let's see if he can make the third one. So again, I give him the ball and I'm looking at him. He looks determined. I'm just watching. I'm just watching the process. He shoots the ball up, y'all, and makes it again. It was such a beautiful display. It gave me great joy, to be honest with you. It really did. And I was like, great game, y'all, because I was so proud. Like, they were my own children. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I was so proud. They were like, you want to go again? I'm like, nah, man, y'all won the championship. It was best out of 3. Like, I'm out. And that is going to carry throughout the day. They're going to carry that into their day. Do you understand that? The energy that just transferred on the court and through them, through me, is almost not even able to be articulated. You can't even really explain that, except for when I showed them how dangerous I could be, right? Then it's like, oh, the difficulty gets a little bit harder. That's when it brings a little bit of challenge out of you. It brought a little bit of challenge out of them, and that's where you build the skill of hope. So here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. I'm going to give you some ways to really pay attention to that in your own life and to build that skill. That is a skill that you can build, because mine is, I get it now. I thought it was anger, but I have a ridiculous hope mechanism inside of me when I do get into a mind state of it's borderline angry and at peace. I'm just like focus. That's what I think it is. It's just pure, sheer focus, present moment. And in that process, because I've placed myself in that realm so many different times, especially with all of the rivalries with my brother growing up and different things and different people and all of this stuff, it's almost an automatic switch mechanism that I haven't even fully been able to really harness and control yet. But I know when I get into it, and it's almost like I'm not even there. That's what's really interesting. So what you do is you need to find a way to challenge yourself, not overwhelmingly to where it's super extra difficult, but to where you can see the light. You can see that there's possibility there. You know, at a particular point that you could go a little harder, right? Because each time we go into situations, we don't necessarily give it 1000%. And you know that. We all know that. We all understand that. But it takes a little something extra. And you have to create that. You have to find that in yourself to be able to activate that extra, that hope skill, right? And if you continuously do that and find things to do that, you will have a strong hope skill mechanism, which will give you an extra edge. So I put it in the prospect in the light of basketball, right? To where, I knew that I knew I could definitely win all three of the games. But what I helped to show these children is that hope is real. And if you keep the hope, because that was what I was most proud of, is that they kept saying, we can do this, we can do this. The hope that I instilled with them was that I showed them, hey, this looks like it's going to get crazy. This looks like it's going to be very difficult. But then I allowed them to flourish, right? Because that's the platform that they're on, right? I'm not going to go extra hard and then totally demoralize them. I had an opportunity to showcase, oh, this could be very difficult. But then I wanted them to showcase their ultimate ability, right? Their highest form of themselves, which is what they decided to do. It wasn't that they completely stopped me. That wasn't the case. The case was that they got to activate that inner beacon inside of themselves that showed them the way. Right. And so that's what allows you to transcend into a different dimension of you. A new power of you is when you do see that there's challenge, but you have it in you to most likely win this. There's gonna be a little bit of doubt, a little bit of fear, a little bit of uncertainty, right? But the wanting to complete or to win or to do your best in that moment is what's going to carry you over. It's not going to make you win every time, or it's not going to escape you from failure every time, but it is going to show you that you have more. It is going to show you that you have another level inside of you that is waiting to be unlocked. And that is the key, because once you notice that and you'll say, whoa, but I did better than I ever have before, that's still going to push you forward, even if you fail at whatever you're trying to attempt, right? So really, really, really pay attention to what I'm talking about, y'all. There has to be some form of a little bit of a challenge, but not overly challenging enough to where it looks like it's totally demoralizing, right? It has to be ooh, I was right there, right? When you're thinking of something, it's on the tip of your tongue, you're like, it's right there, right? You get that energy, you get that burst of strength. Right? It's almost like anger, but it's not. You're just like, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. God, come on, why can't I think of it? It's like, because that quantum feeling, that instance of where you're in that moment in time is where you want to be at. That's where you want to be at, because that's what's going to cause you to find the extra that you're looking for. But you have to be diligent. You must be consistent. You can't give up. It's right there on the tip of your tongue. Don't give up. It's right. That means it is right there. It is right there. You can see it. You can almost grab it. It's in the midst of your hand. Just keep breaking through. Keep breaking through. Keep focused on what is it? What was it? Where am I going? How am I going to get there? I know I can do this. I'm right there. Here it is. I can feel it. It's because you truly can feel it. You truly can feel it. That is the extra sense that we have allowed ourselves to submerge under all of these distractions, all of the social media, the technology, the computers, the jobs, the everything else. When something is right at your fingertips and you can feel it, that is the truth. That is the truth. And the only thing that is going to get you through is hope. Hope in that moment. Hope that I know I can get here. It's a knowing, but a really not knowing, right? It's a hope that, yes, this is possible. I know it's possible. I know I can do this. I know I can find this. I know I can beat this. Whatever that is, you have to grab hold of that and stay on it. Stay on it for as long as you possibly can. And that is what's going to carry you through. That is how you build it. Okay, one surefire way is to make sure that whatever you challenge yourself with, it's just challenging enough for you to know that you can complete it, even though you may not be completing it in that moment. But to be right on the edge of your seat, to be right at the cusp, it's right on the tip of your tongue, it's right at your grasp, right at the tip of your fingers. That is what's going to pull you through. It's going to give you that extra. All right. So it's the second weekend of Mindset Matters Institute, y'all. Okay. We are going to have open enrollment at the end of this month. Please stay tuned. Okay. Because it is going all the way up, y'all. Working on the second program. There's going to be a third program where it's going to be heavy focused on meditation. Okay. Because that's incredibly important. And make sure you are looking out for this information. Okay. Open enrollment is going to be in 3 weeks. All right, 3 weeks from today. So keep your eyes peeled for that. You don't want to miss out because I'm telling you, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. All right. The class is enjoying the course, and I'm very proud of what we've created so far. And hey, there's more to come. So make sure you also go to the Mindset Matters store. Okay, mindsetmattersmore.store and get some gear. All right, never leave home without your crown on. All right, create your world. That is what we do when we put on this crown. All right, we recognize our royalty. We recognize that we are born in a king mentality, in a queen mentality. All right, keep that top of mind. Focus on the good, y'all. All right, again, stay tuned for all of those things. Join the free Facebook group, which is also, all of the links are down in the description below. So join the free Facebook group. All right, let's build the community and let's share like-minded stuff in the group. All right, post some motivational stuff, share your accomplishments and things like that. We want to see it. All right, so thank you again very much for listening, guys. I always appreciate you for sharing your energy and being here with me. So share this if you want to share the energy, if you think that somebody needs some hope. And yeah, like, subscribe, do all of that stuff, and you'll know when it's right, when the time is right, when it calls you. Make sure you do it then. All right, don't let me persuade you. Don't let anything influence you. Do it because you want to. All right, focus on the good, everybody. All right, have a great rest of this weekend. All right, this long weekend, if you got to get one. And we will talk to you next time. Mindset matters more than anything else. Anytime. Out.